Okay, so AD is back again, and someone I can't. I apologize for losing who actually sent this to me, but it was an article, and when I clicked on this shit, the title of it just blew me away. And it's a new article. I just looked at the date. It's July 2020, so it's a real July 29th. So this shit's only like a week old. This is the title alone is enough to just like should tell you, look, this woman, and the title, and look at her, the title, and look at her is ridiculous. Now, this is nothing like just again. I can't even like how those Cali girls say. I can't even. I can't even. I can't even. Eddie, I can't even, Eddie. Why you should never date a man in their 30s, according to a relationship expert who is 35 and can't keep a man herself. Do the math. DUDAMAF. This is exactly why I say so many times it should be a federal crime for women to give advice to other women because it does nothing but just confuse them. It just does. It's pure harm. It should be a lesser sentence for heroin being caught with heroin than women giving other women advice. Because for one, women don't like math. It's no secret. We all know it. Women don't like math. Women don't like anything that has moving parts. Anything that might break. Women like everything to be perfect and clean. Then they want equality when everything's perfect and clean. They don't want to get dirty. They don't want to have to think. And see, situations like this, it would behoove a lot of women to actually do math. DUMAF. Why you should never date a man in their 30s. According to a relationship, that the title alone is enough, man. Honestly, I don't even have to read it. And then look at the bitch. She's 35. So I still got to download some ad blocker, some shit like that. But this is the bitch right here, man. Yana says you should never date a man in their 30s, and this bitch is 35, and she done missed that. So obviously, she has missed that whole mental boat of being able to hold on to a man. Because like I say, so like I try to tell so many guys, man. See, physical attraction only goes so far, man. It's the same way with like now some bitches they can like ride the back of them being just pretty, but like even with bitches, man, a lot of bitches just can't hold on. A lot of bitches can get pumped and dumped, but they can't hold on to a man. Look at her, and like I say so many times before, look at this picture of her. If she looks like this, let me see, because I know you can't see my cursor, so it's blue now. If she looks like this, and she still can't keep a man. She still cannot keep a man. And she looks like this. Even this is a 5-year-old picture. She looks good for 35. She is fucked up. By the time she has to start complaining about men and she looks like this, oh, she is beyond fucked up. You do not, she is only used for a pump and dump. And yes, what is her name? Dating Jana Hawking, 35 from Sydney. I'm talking directly to you. You are fucked. Once you found yourself in this demographic of woman, you are I would rather, okay, at this point, I'd rather just get a fat bitch that can be humbled much more easier than to deal with this. Because if she looks like this, she could easily hop on that cock carousel in the next hour. So her ego is inflated through the roof. Well, all women can, but especially hers because she knows she's skinny and she knows she's a little cute. I wouldn't touch this bitch. I'd rather just go buy a hooker. I would rather buy a hooker for $200, which I've never spent that much on a hooker, by the way. I'd rather spend $200 on a hooker than to sit down at one dinner table with this used up cock carousel rider. Anyway, let's just read this shit, because we already know where it's going to go. But let's just read it just to entertain ourselves for the day, hopefully. I hope I'm entertaining. I don't know. If I'm entertaining, I don't know. But we're just going to dive into it. So, a dating expert has revealed the age bracket of men that you should never date. And it's quite controversial. Yana Hawking, 35, from Sydney, thought that after years of unsuccessful dates, or at least a good 15 years of unsuccessful dates, but she's a dating expert, and plenty of practice, she has mastered the basics of dating. At 35, she's finally mastered. Bitch, all you had to do was come in a room and sit down and look cute and take a bath. All you had to do is all women have to do is come in a room, take a bath, and not be fat. And she's already tackled 80% of the challenge that dating brings into the fucking table for a woman. And she couldn't even do that. You're a failure, Miss Hawking. You're a miss. Let's emphasize miss. Miss Hawking, you're a failure. Let's just address the elephant in the fucking studio apartment. I gotta get rid of these ads. Because I'm dumb. I'm lazy as fuck. So her theory and how she mastered the basics of dating at 35, and let's be real, she's been on 20-fold more dates than a 5 out of 10 will have ever gone on. And she's just now gaining some intel. See, this is how Anna Akana, all them old bitches do. See, they finally start gaining some mental awareness once they realize younger, prettier models are coming out every year. Now it's like, oh, I don't know how to think. And it's just too late. Now that their whole logic base is just so shifted and fucked up and fragmented that they don't even know how the fuck to even operate on a logical foundation. So anyway, her theory into mastering the basics of dating is to tackle problems head on and don't try to fix your other half, being just some of them. So, okay, so she gave herself away right there. Don't try to fix your other half. Meaning, she was chasing Chads and Tyrone, and possibly Tyrones. I don't know if she's in the black dudes. Enrique's, and she was chasing them, hoping she would fix them in order to like turn an alpha into a beta, but she could never do it. See, this is exactly how Jan from the if you can, man, go back and watch my Jan from the Office clip. This is a Jan from the Office in the making. This is exactly what this is. This is Jan from the Office in the making. She's not quite there yet. She's almost there, but she's not quite there. So, until she discovered an age group that shouldn't be ventured into by any woman who wants to make future plans with a man. Writing for website, she said, steer clear of anyone within the 30 to 40-year-old bracket. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you exactly why. Okay, I'm going to tell you why any man would. Then I'm going to tell you what a woman is going, what dumb bitchinese translates into. Okay, most men in the 30 to 40-year-old age bracket don't want 30 to 40-year-old women. Okay, unless they look like her and they're a good candidate to be a pump and dump. In most cases, especially in westernized feminist countries, well, there are some just so beta, they'll just take any woman. But like most men who are like about anything and have done anything with their lives just would rather not ever acknowledge a 30, 40. So she's stuck. Her only options in her own age bracket is to get with a man that she really just cannot ever desire, or to desire the men that all other women want. He probably got a family and all his own shit going on. So this is why she says that. And see, men don't. But see, like I said, the latter was dumb bitchinese. Don't go to those men because you walking in and getting rejected. That's dumb bitchinese. That's translation for dumb bitchinese. Bitches, don't fuck with these men because you're gonna get rejected because you done aged. That's what it is. The article goes on to say that's a whopping 10-year age gap. But strangely, Yana's reasonings make some sense to dumb bitches. She described men in this age group as crickets, as they're typically settling down and growing their families and are off the market. Of course, yes, this is exactly yes. Or like a lot of men, and on top of that, a lot of men, we don't even hit our prime till 30. So like when we're 30, we're what you were when you were in your prime at 19. You never had to sit down. You can date one guy, and if you didn't like his middle name, you could dump him. See, the guys are now where you were when you were in your prime, you dumb bitch. That's what happened. I guess I'm talking directly to you, Yana, whatever. Hawking, this is the reality of what's happened. But let's be real. You know what I'm saying is true. You just don't want to say it. You just don't want to have to say it that brutally. And you know what I'm saying? You want to be nice and blah, blah, blah. Because see, the reason she still wants to be nice and is because see, she still has hope that Prince Charming is going to come along and see her be this diamond in the dumpster, and hope that he can come along and and he found a diamond in the dumpster. That's what she's hoping is going to happen. Very low chance. Very low chance. According to Australian Bureau of Statistics, the median age for marriage was 32.4 years of men, whereas in Britain the average age for first marriage is 33.4. So it's 33 years old is the average age for men. So she's seen this stat and realized, whoops, I've rode this cock carousel a little bit too long. I can't make this. I can't get off now. Ain't nowhere to go. That cock carousel done spun around so fast, and it took flight and flew and it left orbit. So now she hops off that cock carousel. She's just in the middle of deep space. Like, ain't nothing here. What the fuck? I get back on that cock carousel. At least I know what that is. Whee! She got her own custom made seat with a seat belt on that carousel, like them carousel with them horses be on. You ride like in the amusement parks. That's what she got. But she has her own custom, just like so many bitches in her department, because she done fucked up. She thought she was too good for any average or slightly above average or slightly below average man, and she kept going for the Chads and Tyrone. Well, she said because she tried to fix them. That's who needs fixing. Is it Chads and the Tyrone? From her perspective, that's who needs fixing. It's Chad and Tyrone's, because they can just throw her out and get two more just like her in the next 2 hours. She told her, let bitches talk. They tell themselves. Anyway, let's continue. I want to say that, because that sounds professional. Let's continue. Yana suggests looking for guys who are either younger than 30 as they're most likely for romance, or guys older than 40 who tend to be looking for love after divorce. Okay, no. Dumb bitch in these translation is this. See, and this is the same thing. What's that what Nick Jonas fell into? That Nick Jonas population the guy falls into. That like relative alpha. You see, these old 35, 30, see, like it's the same thing. Like watch any of those dating shows where women are where it's like a 35-year-old woman. Look at all those men she's dating. And most times, especially if she's like a legit, like a more legit woman, those men are going to be in the age bracket that she's stating in the former. That younger than 30 or like right at 30. You see, dumb bitch in these translation is this. Search for a man who has a lot of potential roughly between the ages of 28 to 32, who doesn't yet know what he is yet in a dating market. Because if he knows what he is in a dating market, he wouldn't fuck with you. But look for that man. He's a little socially awkward. He has a good job, but he looks kind of good. If you go over there, relative to where she is in the workforce, like just like with the Nick Jonas situation, that Priya Chopra or whatever that bitch name is, she did the same thing with him. And what she see, bitches know what I'm saying is 1,000% true. What those Priya Chopra Rockwells, whatever that bitch is with Nick Jonas, what those bitches do is this. They go out and they seek out all the men who look like they're in that age bracket. They're successful, but they're not quite super alpha yet, to the point where they're just like bringing bitches in and throwing them out the next hour type shit. And they can smell these men. Women are great at this shit. And they go there and they get about 5 to 10 of these men, right? Who don't know whether they don't know they're men yet. Like they know they're a guy, but they don't know they're men. Like what defines a man is his ability to replace shit in his life. That's what makes you an alpha man, like knowing I can replace this in 5 minutes. See, these boys, these Nick Jonases, they don't know they men yet. They're still in that boy area. Oh my God, I love you type shit. And she knows it. Because you know why? Because she's been fucking guys since she was 13. And she's been reading guys since she was fucking 9. And because she couldn't wait till she turned 12 or 13 to where she looked a little older, to where she could start fucking and sucking dick and manipulating men. This is the honest to God fucking truth. So what they then do is, out of this pool of 5 to 10 men, she is then going to think, okay, which one can I manipulate the most? Which one can I pretty much be sure he's never going to grow too alpha and leave me for a younger woman? Which one is going to fully support me? Which one's going to take all my shit? And that's the young guy she's going to settle on. Nick Jonas. He fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. He fell for it. And then now, the latter. Guys older than 40 who tend to be looking for love after divorce. Okay, see, that is dumb bitch in these translation. Look for a man who is not visibly too old, who has the means and resources to be your sugar daddy. That's it. That's the exact translation. And hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he's not married. That's the exact translation. Exact translation. Because if he's older than 40, then she's the younger model. You see, so she can sell her youth relative in a way she can sell her relative youth to him. You see, she can't sell that youth to a man her own age who's 30. And for a 30-year-old guy, she can manipulate, like that proper blend between an alpha and a beta dude. She can manipulate him with all the sex he wants. You see, you got to watch bitches, man. You got to watch them at all times. So the article continues. Now, of course, there will be some available guys out there in their 30s, but according to Yana, they're less likely to commit. Of course, yeah, because you're dumpster trash, bitch. That's why. There's a reason why you're 35, a dating coach, and still can't get married. But you're a dating coach. You're a dating expert, and you still can't keep a man. Do the math. DUDAMAF. Do the math. So instead, Yana says, she suggests setting your sights on divorcees, who on average are 45 years old in Australia, or 40, so they're on average 45, 46 years old. Yeah, of course. See, because she can now sell her youth, her relative youth to those men. There's a much better chance if she's looking like this, or anything close to this, at 35, she can sell that in westernized feminist fat bitch land to an older man. And he might still be impressed by that. That's why. See, bitches know what they're doing. They know what they're doing on all this. Pussy comes out the womb as a fully functioning stock market. She is always aware of the exchange rate. She is always aware of what she wants. She is always aware of what she could be sold for, or what she is going to buy something for. That woman is to be prostitute. Also, to be woman is to be a fully functioning stock exchange. Okay? They are always aware of it. They are always aware. She said, as someone who's been doing that recently, I can highly recommend it. You're an expert dating coach. Yeah. You're expert. Yeah. And you're still serial dating. Nobody wants to keep you. Do the math. The hell is all this shit? Anyway. She continues, they're great at old school dating, like picking up the phone for a chat, only dating one person at a time, and they tend to be terrible at playing games. Hurrah. Yep, sounds like she playing games, a.k.a. riding that carousel with Chad and Tyrone, who don't give a fuck about her. See, that's the game playing. Telling on herself. She was a Chad chaser. She's a little better off than Darcy, because Darcy's just fat and fucked up. She's not completely fat and fucked up. Well, we don't know what she really looks like, though. That picture could have been... I'm gonna try to look at her if she has an Instagram or something, cause I'm doubting that picture. But from what I hear about Australia, it sounds like it's kind of like the States. If she looks like that, then she can still ride that cock carousel when she feels like it. Well, most women can, but she really can. Sure, they may come with some baggage, she continues, like the bitter remnants of a divorce and a few kids, but it also means that they've proven that they aren't scared to commit. At least for a decent amount of time. Okay, so what are you saying, bitch? You 35 and you ain't never committed. You just now getting the basics of dating. So what does that say about you? If these men actually got divorced, so these men are better than you. Okay? Let's do the math. DUDAMAF. Do the math. These men show, let's highlight it. But it also means they've proven that they aren't scared to commit. So Yana, how come you never committed? Are you scared? Or are you even worth being committed to? Oh, that's in the article? Yeah, because it's all ads. This is ridiculous. And let's see, does she have a fucking Twitter or some shit? Oh, no, this is share on Twitter. By Paige Holland. We gonna Google this hoe. Yana Hawking, 35. Let's Google her. See what we come up with since you fucking. This is sad. Oh, she reveals why. Oh, is it reveals why? Did we not just call this shit? Had always avoided men with criminal records and alcohol addiction. Okay, see that usually translates into she was fucking them and she got tired of them. So now she's trying to act like she got some sense. That's usually what that translates into with bitches. But we gonna click this article. She's a radio producer. Okay. 35 men over 45 make better boyfriends, and the age bracket she avoids dating at all costs. Yeah. So this is another y'all. Yep, and there you see the eyes starting to wrinkle up, and she's still what the fuck? Off here. Oh no damn cookies. I ain't hungry. Damn. See, this is why I don't put ads on my shit, man. Cause I hate this shit. No, I don't want to buy nothing. Fuck. See, look at the picture. Yeah, see, yep, she's 35. This is probably more recent. Scroll down for video. There's a video too? Uh-oh. Damn. Fuck. Okay, so, yeah, look at her. See, her hair is fucking just worn out from being dyed and fucked up for the last, 20 years. Look at the skin. Look at her eyes. I mean, it definitely is like a fucked up picture because it's like low res and shit. But look at her fucking eyes. Yeah, man. Because men in her age bracket just don't want that. They just don't want it. Yeah, men in her age bracket just will not respect her at this point. They are just not. By the time a man can walk up and get this quality, this relative quality of woman, he's just going to be okay. The reality of it is, he's just going to be using her until he can go off, until he can find something younger and better, and she knows it. She knows it. By the time any man is going to walk up to a 35-year-old bitch who looks like this, it is just okay. So she ain't gonna have no more. She ain't gonna have no kids. She's never been married, so she's already proven, like she stated in her last article, that look, well not her, in her last statement, that she can't commit to nobody. Nobody wants to commit to her. Look, any man who has anything positive going on in his life is gonna see her. He might fuck her a few times until he just finds something younger and better, and he's just gonna move on. That's just what's gonna happen. It's what's gonna happen. Go for a married swipe on Tinder. You'll find gazillion blokes in their 20s and quite few older male dating, but blokes in their 30s, crickets. Yeah, because the men in their 30s know what you are. You see, the guys in their 20s, they don't really know what you are yet. And they just trying to just drain their fucking nuts in you. And the guys who are older, well, you can sell your relative youth to them. Because they just loaned. The older men, they've already done what they were supposed to do in life. They've already had kids and families and shit like that. Or they figured out what women were and just weren't touching bitches unless they were hookers or some shit like that. So they already know what you are. That's why, see, because men in her own age bracket, and every woman goes through this. The positive men in her own age bracket have learned to look past women's relative beauty. Okay, when they're 20, they don't know how to look past skinny waist, fat butt, nice tits, and she's losing all that now because now her skin is definitely sagging and shit, like it's starting to deflate. She's losing. Men in her own age bracket know what she is. They know what she is, so they're not fucking with her. They don't like men in my age bracket. We don't even set the age. We don't even set fucking Tinder and all that shit. The cutoff is 29. Because we know what bitches in our age brackets do. And we ain't fucking with them. Now, younger guys, they don't know bitches yet. So they just trying to empty their nuts in bitches. And older dudes, like, they're just like, look, I just rather, like the older dudes are just more like fuck it. Like, whatever, like I've already fucked all types of bitches, so it don't matter anymore. But in my age bracket, like look, we're just really starting to come to our own and shit. I mean, different men, it's like give or take a few years, but we're just starting to come into our own. We ain't trying to risk it over some used up cock carousel thought like this. Instead, the self-proclaimed collector of kind of boyfriends. No, she's an expert in dating. Why is she collecting a cock carousel of boyfriends? advise choosing a younger partner just under 30 or a handsome elder gent who has already weathered at least some serious relationship and is ready for love again. Yeah, yeah, of course. She has to manipulate her way in it because her as 35-year-old woman cannot get a decent man with her personality, with her ego inflated because she's skinny. You should know. Based on personal experience, Miss Hawking confirmed that older men are more chivalrous and less likely to play mind games than their young counterparts. Okay, translation. Older men, okay, the reality is this. Older men who have already had kids and wives and probably divorced, they were used to being divorce raped, okay? So they're used to just going out and dropping $100 on a bitch. Because 10 years ago, they was dropping $200 at a good restaurant for their gold digging wife who wasn't fucking them. So you ain't nothing but a prostitute at this point. Point blank and simple. You just haven't figured it out, Yana. You're just a glorified hooker at this point. Based on personal experience, Ms. Hawking confirmed that older men are more chivalrous. Okay, yeah. She added that men unfairly grow more attractive with age, citing George Clooney. Men unfairly grow more attractive with age. Bullshit. Because it's not unfair that when you were in your prime, bitch, all you had to do was walk outside and you really didn't even have to take a bath. Just walk outside, clothes or no clothes. Stinking breath and everything. Some man gonna drive past you, see, oh, need a ride, girl? It's not unfair. See, it's not unfair when it's in a woman's favor. It's always unfair when it's in the man's favor. See, this is why I tell men all the time, never, ever, never feel sorry for any woman on the planet in the dating market. Don't feel sorry for them. Because like I said, on the flip side, if you came in there relatively as fucked up as they were as man, as they are as woman, oh, she would not give you the time of fucking day. You better get your shit together, bro. You better get, this is why I say, never feel sympathy for a fucked up, for an ugly bitch, for a fat bitch, for a tall bitch, none of them. Because like I said, if the roles were reversed and you had came in there fucked up like they came in there fucked up, oh, you don't exist. You are fucking dead to them. So don't feel sorry for bitches. Fuck them. If you don't like a bitch because her nose too big, well, tell her, I don't like you because your nose too big, bye. Tell her. And tell her AD told you to say it. And if you feel the need to explain it, explain what I just told you. Because explain it. If you had came in there pulling some coupons out at a restaurant trying to pay for a meal, she'd be looking at you like, ooh, what, you broke, motherfucker? What, I'm worth discount price to you, motherfucker? Do it. Fuck them hoes. They know what they doing. See, now she trying this genuine smile. Look at this shit. That's trying to have a genuine smile because she the bitch done got old. Man, fuck this hoe, man. Look at this shit. Try with this cheap ass dress, try to make it look like it's expensive. That's a cheap dress. I know cheap shit when I see it. Because she tried to keep the creases in it to make it look like it's good material. Because like with a certain type of cotton, if you can iron it just right, like you can keep that shit in it for a long, and the shit would rarely come out. This is I can look at them and say, this is cheap shit. This bitch is fucked up. Miss Hawkins claimed that men, I want a fucking croissant. Man, I had a fucking croissant a week ago. That shit was delicious. I'm gonna go get a croissant after I do this video. Anyway, Miss Hawkins claimed that men between 30 and 40 are largely off the market as they settle down and have children to support, is supported by statistics. Okay, and in the same instance, you got a guy, well, I got a girl now, but you got a guy like me who like showed, like a lot of men, what she's leaving out or what she's just too arrogant to accept is there's a lot of men in her age bracket who just refuse to date bitches because we learned you and we know what you are. There's men who are awakening the red pill and MGTOW. They seeing, oh yeah, maybe it's not okay for bitches to fuck us over. Maybe it's okay for men to have standards in bitches. Maybe it's okay for men to make a woman live up to what we want. You see, all this shit's playing a part. Now, there are a large percentage of men who are sitting down with they girl having babies, shit like that. That definitely does happen. But I guarantee you, I will bet $1,000 to a donut that on her street corner, there is at least 4 single qualified bachelors. Well, no, because she ain't got no money. So they ain't qualified to her. But they're about 3 blocks over in the neighborhood that has a little more money that would be a qualified man for her, for gold digging bitch. There is at least 5 men who are qualified, who are single as fuck and living their life and are happy and seen her. and say, "Oh, that bitch look like she a little older. I ain't fucking with that." That's exactly what it was. I would bet you $1,000 to a donut. $1,000 to a donut. That's exactly what's happening. Continue. Let's continue. This sounds professional. Let's continue. On the other side, figures show the median age for males divorced is 49, which explains the deluge of men above the age on dating apps. I put mon deluge. After me comes the flood. The floods. Okay, yeah, French is deluge is French for flood. In case nobody knew that. The flood of men. See this is dumb bitch trying to sound fancy. You know, bitches. It's what bitches do, man. Anything that's rare, exotic, bitches. So with English speakers, a lot of English, unless you're in Canada, a lot of English motherfuckers don't know French. But deluge is French for flood. Flood. Dating later in life is not without its perils. Let's emphasize Miss dating expert, Miss Hawking warned, as men are just as likely as women to use decades old photos on their social media dating profiles. No, that's the game, bro. She knows of many cases of kitten fishing, the term misrepresenting facts about yourself like age, height, weight online. That's why I like to FaceTime before I go on a first date. And that's why you can't keep a man, because you FaceTiming, bitch. That's why you can't keep a man. Stop FaceTiming. We'll leave with that first photo I seen of you. Because I would at least use her as a pump and dump. But the very first picture I seen of her, I would use her as a pump and dump in that. But not in this picture I seen on here. I wouldn't even write her back. That's why I like to go to FaceTime before I go on a date. Nothing worse than accidentally going on a date with a grandpa, she said. Miss Hawking has previously said while finding the right romantic partner is tricky, she's determined to keep trying until she meets the one. No, you see, no, until she meets the one, no. Okay, you want to know who the one is? I'll tell you who the one is. The one was the streets. She had the one. Look at her. This used up thought had the one. The one in her case is defined as the streets when she was in her prime. That was the one. Okay. That was the one. She had the one. She had plenty of the ones. She is one of them Jans, man. See, women like this, they cannot, like any man who, she has been so used up by the streets. At this point, any man who would ever try to come across her with any decent, sense or treat her with any respect, it would dry her pussy out. She can't even get aroused to a decent man anymore. Because it's all her pussy knows is being dogged out, being a side bitch, which is what's going to be a lot of 40-year-old, because they're going to have a 40-year-old, any 40-year-old successful man with any type of swagger is going to have bitches, all right? And that is her comfort zone, just like Darcy. Older bitches like this who rode that cock carousel when they was winning their prime, their comfort zone is misery. You see, her comfort zone is to be the side bitch jealous that another bitch wants to fuck her man and might take. That is her comfort zone. Her one is the streets. That is her. Darcy has every man that Darcy gets is her one. All those men, those are the streets. She belongs to the streets. She don't belong to no one man. Bitches like this belong to the streets, fam. It just is what it is. I didn't make the rules up. Women do. Men just try to adjust and figure out what bitches are doing and then learn how to play, learn how to play with it. But yeah, if she had led with this photo, she could earn a good pump and dump at 35. She could earn a pump and dump position at 35. Now this is not marriage material at 35, or she probably can't even have any more kids. She probably don't want kids. No. No. If she, like I say, she led with this. This is good pounding on material. You could pound her pussy in, pound her from the back. Hold her leg, hold her arms. Behind while you got her from the back, so she can't grab nothing, and just pound her ass. You could do that. But no, who the fuck no? No. And in reality, it's the same thing for any man older. See, the only thing is, she's so damn dumb. She doesn't see the older men are more patient, so they learn how to dress it up to make it not look like that. But the older men doing the same shit. The only men who are dumb enough to fall for bitches shit are younger dudes and a lot of that is just dudes just really just trying to drain their balls in a bitch. Those are the only guys who are dumb enough to fall for it. Any other guys, they know what's going on. You just might have guys like me who are just going to be more bold and open and outspoken about it. But the older guys, and a lot of guys in my age bracket, they just going to be more calm. They going to dress it up to make it look a little nicer and cleaner to where she don't think that's what's happening. But that's what's happening. She going to be on that. When that dude can find, when that 45-year-old dude can find a younger, hotter, better model than her, she's gonna be over there in that. She gonna be that Ferrari and that Honda Civic. Well, she ain't even a Ferrari. She gonna be in a Honda. She gonna be a Honda Civic in a fucking Gremlin lot. That's what she gonna be. All right. And the thing is, she thinks she's worth more than a Honda. She thinks she's worth a Ferrari. That's where. And on top of that, her engine's busted. The seats got rips and cigarette burn holes in it. The car barely start up half the damn time. And you know what? And she's happy like that because it's all she knows. This is her home. She's happy. And you know what? She's mad because she's happy. She cries herself to sleep and is on 4 medications to keep from killing herself and drinks herself all day long because she's depressed because she's stuck in that circle of her own doing in life. Because she's sick and she's stuck and she hates that she look like just like a dog. A dog, if you train a dog to do something for so damn long, even though the dog hates it, the dog's still gonna do it because it's been trained. This is why I say dealing with women. When you deal with a woman, you got to imagine dealing with a 4-year-old child mixed with a German Shepherd. Once they've been trained, they can't untrain themselves. They are stuck. She is stuck, and it's sad. I feel like I should make a shirt. They are stuck. S stuck. That's what bitches like this are. And they're a lot. They lived it up when they was 20. When they were 22, 23. Oh, they was living it up. They was bouncing on Chad, the Tyrone, the Enrique, and was getting gang banged, including orgies. Oh, they was living it up when they was 20. They can still live it up now, but see the thing is, their hardwired gold digger side kicked on now. So now the man got to be of some value. The man got to be coming in with some ducats. And see Chad and Tyrone, a lot of times Chad and Tyrone is only good for a quick fuck. They usually ain't running around with ducats. A lot, and the Chad Tyrones and Enrique's they really want. Because they too busy out fucking, so they ain't got all these ducats like that. So now bitches like this, they're trying to rewire their pussy for the dude who has some money and a house and shit like that, but her pussy just don't work right for him. You see what I'm saying? Like her pussy was never programmed for that. Her pussy was programmed for the streets. She can't get aroused by, decent dudes, by who are responsible and shit. She can't do that. And all it does is just fuel her depression and wine drinking and medication and thoughts of suicide even more. It just all does. It just reloads it with a bigger clip. The shit had 9 clips in it. You could hold 9 bullets in it. Now the shit can hold 16. Because now she's seeing it more clear every day. This is sad, man. Anyway, I'm out here. I'm gonna buy a fucking croissant. I'm not in France, so I don't know if it's a proper croissant. But I'm gonna get a croissant. That shit was delicious. It was like the perfect blend of salt and sugary. So, I'm out, man.